guys, it's been like 5 weeks since we've recorded an episode, and I could not be more pumped right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
I've been dying to get back in here. Have you been experiencing the same, either of you? Because
Nick, my studio is across the hall from my bedroom.
Yeah,
I
true
see
that.
it every day. I'm dying to get back in here.
well, I don't have the pleasure of seeing it every day, and I've been longing to be in this room, to be sitting in this seat
For like 5 weeks.
and yeah.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, like, I think we only skipped 1 week of releasing episodes because obviously I had to get married.
You had to.
Yeah, and that took up so many weeks because it was like 2 weeks before the wedding. We had to do all the planning. Then it was the wedding. Then it was the honeymoon. And it was literally like 5 weeks. We weren't able to get together and do this. But
By the way, the wedding was lit.
it was so lit, dude.
It was so much fun. I hope you like. I know when you're like in your wedding day, it's kind of like a haze.
It was crazy.
It's just like it ends up being like a blur. But like there was some pristine moments of that wedding that like just legendary. It was so much fun. All the buddies were there. I had a blast.
You're just saying that because you were in it.
Well,
Dude, so,
I may be a little biased.
You know how many comments I got from people saying it was like, nobody cares about it. Honestly, they probably don't care. But you know how many comments I got from people saying it was like the most fun wedding they've ever been to?
Oh, it was lit. It was so much fun.
The soundtrack was popping.
Yeah.
People thought it was going to be all country music because it was in a barn and literally like the backwoods of the South.
Me and Casey also got married in a barn.
I remember. I wasn't there, but I know.
And there was zero country music.
yeah,
No,
dude.
yeah.
Same, dude. I had Men in Black.
Yes.
The
Yes,
the
you
Will
did.
Smith song. I had to. throw it
Yep.
on there.
And we saw some entities.
You want to go into that?
Yes, dude.
Yeah. Well, the video's on Twitter, so a lot of people do know about that.
You guys have probably seen it, but the night before the wedding.
Yeah, rehearsal dinner. Dad was out there. He was standing with my brother. I think we were inside. We
I
were
was
inside.
at first.
Yes, and
you
Dad
ran in to tell me.
Yep, Dad was standing outside with my brother and Nick Hinton, and he saw the thing appear, and he came in, got me, and he was like, Ryan, there's something in the sky. I literally sprinted, and I grabbed Nick and our friend Jacob, who we've talked
about him. Yeah, we've seen entities with him before.
Yeah, exactly. And we saw that, and it was crazy. There was literally a crowd of like 20 to 25 of us there.
Oh, yeah.
And then the crazy thing, dude, we didn't get this on video, but because we stopped recording by this point, but an airplane literally flew by it at one point. Or like not it didn't cross it, but it flew by the same pattern, and it was obviously blinking different. Like that thing won't an airplane. That was the real deal.
Yeah, I specifically remember saying like when I saw because you could see the light and then you could see the airplane. And I remember turning to, I think it was Jacob, and being like, okay, now I definitely know it's not an airplane. Yeah. Because it's like, that's an airplane. You can see like the little red blinking light.
And green and
everything.
white.
Yeah. And then you look at the other one, it's not moving anywhere near the same. It's just a solid light. And then, dude, sometimes it was getting like brighter and like, it was so obviously not a plane.
And dude, we went back to the festivities, and Dad kept seeing, I think he saw like 5 more. Like through the rest of the night, he kept recording.
Really?
Bruh.
I didn't even know that.
You don't even know this because we have it. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 weeks ago, Alex, I'm not even sure if you know this. I think I told you. 2 weeks ago, dude, a scientist from DARPA was at my dad's property and saw stuff with him. DARPA, dude.
At the pond?
Yes.
Bro.
Dude, DARPA. Do you know what DARPA is?
Yeah.
Do you know what DARPA? You know what DARPA is. Do you know what DARPA is? The viewer, DARPA. So if you have ever heard of like some top secret technology, like time travel, blah 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 blah, all the stuff you see in like Star Wars and shit that we might have, DARPA made it.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
What's the acronym?
It's like Defense Advanced Research Projects something.
It's basically like hyper advanced defense technology.
It's Black Ops technology.
Exactly,
it's the top. Yeah. Weather manipulation. Levitation, teleportation. Any of that stuff, that's DARPA.
Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency.
There it is.
There you go.
There it is.
Now that is 2 DARPA scientists that my dad has met. Gonna put that on the shelf, and we're gonna walk away. And then the crazy thing is I don't want to say the guy's name, actually either of their names, but he did end up coming into contact with some other friends who live out in Charlotte. Some very interesting individuals.
Your dad end up?
Yes, same week.
Oh.
Like in the last 7 days since I've been back from the honeymoon, which we're going to go into that too. Dad went to Charlotte and visited some new friends, and they saw like 30 lights together. 30.
What?
They counted 30. Again, I'm not going to say names. If I did, this guy's on TV, so like people would know who he is.
Did your dad happen to get any pics or anything? Well,
yeah.
He did?
He has videos.
Oh,
dude, he's
man.
always throwing stuff up on Instagram.
I have to.
You know what's the funny thing about my dad, man? He has flooded the world with evidence, and people, they're just like, oh, can you get something better?
He basically uploads a new like mind-shattering video like
every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so funny
Daily.
because the vast majority of like the comments and stuff are like, "Thank you so much for sharing
on
this."
Instagram.
And, yeah,
because they're real people.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Like they're like, "Thank you so much for sharing this," and you know, "Oh my gosh, this is incredible." Blah blah blah, whatever. And then there's always like one that's like, "Yeah, but can you get like a better video?"
Yeah, can you get one that like flies down and lands? It's like, can you, dude?
Can you talk to them, please?
Can you get that?
Yeah, it's funny too. It's funny that you mentioned that because those people don't see anything ever. Most of them, and maybe they do. You know, maybe they do, but I mean, not at the frequency that your dad does.
Dude, literally,
it's daily.
This is gonna sound big brain, but I mean, it's literally the truth. Big brain, man.
Big Brian.
He has literally seen more than anyone in the world. I would confidently say that. More than anyone in the world, dude. And people are still like, hey, your video is not good enough, man. Whatever, dude. Anyway.
I've never, ever seen anybody upload that frequently, that many videos. You know what's funny? The day of the wedding, like before the ceremony started or whatever, I showed up early. I had to show up before all the guys because me and Emily had to practice. Well, I had to show up and practice guitar. I played a little. Me and Ryan's sister played a little song at the reception, but I showed up early.
Was epic.
It was cool. It went really, it went really well.
I'm happy to report I didn't cry once that day.
Good for you, dog.
That was very intentional.
What? Not crying was intentional?
Yeah.
You like tried not to cry?
Oh yeah, dude.
Why?
Just because, dude, there was 150 people.
That's
there,
the day, though. You know,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna judge you. Like
everyone's different.
Exactly,
right?
Everyone's different. You're right. But I showed up early so that I could like tune my guitar and practice and whatever. And your dad and I stood outside for probably an hour. Your mom was there too, and your now mother-in-law. We all just like we had like a really awesome conversation. By the way, tangent. Your mother-in-law told me that she got a past life regression.
Oh, she did.
And she walked me through the whole thing.
It was cool.
It blew my mind wide open. But anyway, your dad showed me. He just like started showing me videos and pictures, and we were just talking. And it's like obviously the most interesting. He's like the most interesting person to talk to in the world. But he showed me he has literally like thousands. He had like 7,000 videos. Like,
dude, he has way
thousands
more,
of. Yeah, that's what he told me. He's like, I just cleared
he has a hard
this.
drive with like 15,000.
That's what he told me.
Yeah.
He's like, He's like, I've already cleared all this off my phone. I have most of this stuff on a hard drive.
Yeah. I say that on Twitter. I say my dad has 15,000 photos, and people are like, oh, really? Like, yeah, he does.
Right. It might not register with them when you say it. You're like, oh, yeah, 15,000 photos and videos, whatever. But when you actually think about that, think about him recording each and every.
How many days are in a year?
Exactly.
How much? Do the math. There's 365 days a year.
Math
right?
time. Math. This is Alex's math corner.
He had this experience 14 years ago, January 2007. He has over 15,000 photos and videos on his phone. No one will ever know how much shit my dad has seen.
That's a lot.
I won't even know. Dude, he won't even always tell me.
Why? What do you mean?
He sees so much stuff, dude.
Yeah.
He just doesn't even always bring it up anymore. That's more normal to him than everything else.
Well, you just said it. Like, how many days are in a year? He's literally seeing multiple entities. Sometimes daily. Yeah.
It is daily.
It's 15,000.
Dude, lately he's sending me probably 5 videos a day.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It seems
he sent me 3 tonight today.
I don't know. I could be wrong in assuming it seems like there's been like a huge influx of sightings. Like, it seems like it's becoming more frequent lately for some reason.
It is, dude.
I don't know what it is. You know what?
What?
I think I do know what it is. It's ever since that conjunction. It's ever since the age of Aquarius.
It's the age of Aquarius,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
That's why I said on Twitter, it's sign of the times.
No
man.
bullshit. Like, it really seems like Because that was what, December? That
December.
was
that was December. Yep.
And this year particularly, it's been like boom, boom, boom.
Bro, it was December and January that I agreed to do the podcast. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked about it a year, and I never would. Actually, I've been talking about it for 3 years with Alex. He's off camera, by the way. I'm pointing, but he's.
Yeah, way longer than a year. I mean, we've been friends for about 2 years. And,
no, we've been friends longer. Dude, we've been friends since 2018, bro.
Yeah.
That's 3 years.
From the first time that we hung out.
Big mouth.
The first time we hung out, I said, dude, you need a podcast.
Right?
Really?
Yes.
The first time?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we stayed up. I went over there after work, so I was probably there around 8. We stayed at his house on the sofa talking to each other until probably 1 a.m.
Yeah.
I mean, he's absolutely captivating. I mean, y'all know that. That's why you're here.
That's literally why we decided to
but that's why y'all are here, because it's mutual. Like,
oh, yeah.
You know, all my homies are real ones. You know what I'm saying? Like,
put that on a shirt.
Yeah. These two gangsters right here are literally appreciation moment. I've been kind of thinking this in my head, but these two dudes right here are the only two guys in the world that I could do this with.
Aw.
That's a fact.
That's really sweet.
That's a fact.
Thank you, Ryan.
Anyway, dude, I'm all sappy and shit. I'm like married now.
Oh my God. You're so afraid of emotions, Ryan. Let it out. Love me.
I just did let it out. Anyway, I got to tell you this story, man.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, this is when this comes out, if you missed the memo, because we literally tweeted it like 19 minutes before, we are actually live streaming right now. So you might hear us sometimes reference a camera. We do not have video episodes yet, but we are live streaming presently, so this will come out after the fact. Anyway, just
iPhone.
Yeah, just disregard if you hear us reference a camera.
Yeah.
So Dad, last week after my honeymoon, he went to Charlotte to hang out with some friends. And like, again, I don't want to say their names because like this guy's on TV. He from in his country, he's a very big personality. Anyway,
focused on like.
I don't want to say. I don't even want to say. Yeah, he moved to America. Particularly North Carolina. He's very interested in this subject, and he has friends in like positions of the government, like FBI, DIA. He got fascinated with the phenomenon, and next thing you know, he found out he lives 3 hours away from my dad, and he looks him up. They kind of talk over the last 6 months, things like that. Dad goes over to his place, and one of the mutual friends of this guy, who's actually the one who facilitated them getting together, comes to my dad and says, Chris, so-and-so's, because remember, I'm going to keep him anonymous, so-and-so's wife is kind of skeptical of all this stuff. So if anyone here tonight was meant to see anything, we would really hope that it would be her. So they're all like cooking dinner. My brother, Chris Jr., is there with his other half, Jessica, and they're all like getting to know each other. There's a crowd of, I don't know, I wasn't there, but maybe 15, 20 people, something like that. It's a big cookout. And Dad's looking up at the sky by himself, and the wife, the skeptical wife, walks up to Dad, and she goes, "I see you looking up." And Dad says something like, "Yeah, I always am, but if you look up with me, you might see something." And boom, they saw something.
No way.
Blew her mind. They start yelling. The whole crowd comes over, and they saw like 30 lights in the sky.
30 like at one time,
like through the night. Like 30 things, 30 different lights. Dude, bro, my dad sent me a video today. I'm going to tweet it when I get the chance. One of the lights takes a left turn.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah, because it's like you can't deny it.
No, exactly. Those are the ones that's like, it's so funny because every time, this is just me personally, every time I've found myself thinking, and this happened at the wedding.
Yeah.
Every time I find myself thinking.
Like you have a reason, like it's a satellite. I get it.
Yeah, I see it and I'm like, oh, that could be a satellite. It'll be like, yoop. And it'll just like do this maneuver that's like, oh no, that's not a satellite, not a helicopter, not a drone, not an airplane. It's nothing like that.
Yeah. No, dude, even me now, I'm like that. Like my mind is super logical, even though I'm one of the probably the most fringe people on the planet based on my experiences. My mind is very logical. It's very rational. And I find myself doing that. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Who am I talking to here? I'm talking to me. I'm talking to me, bro.
Yeah. That is wild, dude.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that it specifically happened to the skeptic, which is interesting because it seems like sometimes the skeptics are the ones that the phenomenon will be like, hey, this is just to shut everything down. But other times it's like they sort of like hide from the skeptics or they won't show themselves to the skeptics. And maybe, probably, it showed up because your dad was there too. So that probably helped her feel a lot more comfortable. Like, oh, this is the guy. You know what I mean? Like this is like I'm probably going to see something, and if I do, it makes perfect sense because I'm here with the guy.
So
you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
No, okay. I know exactly what you're saying, and I want to be a little candid for a second. This is not any way that like particularly my dad, love you to death. I think he might be watching. Just hang in there, Dad. But I'm gonna say something a little candid, a little more than usual. Here's why I think this phenomenon happens to my family. Everyone's like, "Why you? Why you?" I'm gonna go into like why. I mean, I'm allowed to ponder that, right? Without it being too out of pocket.
No, of course.
Exactly.
That's all we do on this show is ponder. That's all we do.
So here's the scoop. Like, obviously, if you've heard the show, you already know how I've come into contact with so many people in the CIA, even the DIA. DARPA at this point. I know a DARPA scientist who's pretty well known is reading my Twitter at least occasionally. I got an email about that. But I've been pretty close to the heart of the UFO subject, and I've come to the conclusion through my lifetime of seeing beings of light since I was 13, dude, that they're lying. It's so obvious, man. Think about this.
You mean like the intelligence agencies?
Yes. The people in power, the pyramid, the global elite, whatever you want to call them. Right. I don't even care anymore, dude. Like I'm tired of like tiptoeing around it. Like whatever. They're not. If they were gonna kill me, they would have already done it, bro. I mean, they would have done it back when they told me when I was like 15. They would have already done it. Yeah. You know.
They're afraid of the new age drip.
They are, dude. Yeah, they're definitely afraid of that shit. You know? And here's why I think this is happening to my family. I believe that these beings are the truth. They are the truth for thousands of years, probably millions. All the religious, whatever you want to call them, mythologies around the world have been describing them. Like the Chinese, they had the sky dragons, even the Mayans, the Hebrew, Torah, and even the New Testament had angels. They all have something, dude. In Egypt, they have the Neter, which is the true name of the Egyptian deities, the Neter.
Is that wait? You mean the Neter is the name of the gods?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, nature.
I've never heard that. Oh, dang!
Bringing that right. Rosicrucian heat. You know what I'm saying?
I love word magic. Yeah. I love like the correlations between because obviously they're two completely different languages, sure, but like there's always those couple little overlaps where you're like, those are like the same word almost.
I genuinely believe there may have been one true original language, like the myth of
Latin.
The Tower of Babel, dude.
Latin,
like Latin.
Yeah,
like the Tower of Babel. You remember that story in the Old Testament? Like there were super old.
I was a really bad Christian.
Oh, dude, I still am, man. Yeah. I still am. Actually, matter of fact, I was on Facebook the other day and I mentioned our podcast, and one of my cousins told me to go back to Jesus. And she doesn't even know. I've talked about Jesus on almost every episode of the podcast.
What did you call him on that one episode? The most bad to the bone sage of all time.
Yeah. Dude, I thought of funny, like if we ever get into merchandises or something like that, how funny would it be if we had like a jacked Jesus?
I thought you were gonna say a jacket.
No, jacked.
That was like
because remember he's jacked. He's ripped.
Oh yeah. That's right. We said that.
Well, in my head, that's how he is all the time.
Oh, he's jacked.
When I picture Jesus,
bro,
he's
I kid you not, dude. I said that on one of the last episodes, and then when I went and saw Sam Tripoli live, he made the same joke.
No way.
He did. He said Jesus had ripped streaming abs. I was like, no way, dude. I'm coming up with the same material as Stan. Yeah, dude. We end this shit. Anyway, so
we end this shit.
So all the ancient myths, they had something for like these beings of light. My family, I'm not the only one. My family's not the only one who's seeing this. It's just you ain't hearing about it on TV because that's the mind control box. That's pretty obvious. And if you don't think that's possible, just look up Operation Mockingbird, where in the 1950s, the CIA literally acquired the media. Literally.
Oh yeah. I watched like a YouTube documentary about that, and that was like maybe a couple years ago that I watched it. I had no clue that was a thing.
Here's where I'm coming from. People are so hesitant to believe that the people in power would lie to them or manipulate them. You know why? Because they have their hand out and they're like, "Give me more, give me more, give me more."
What do you mean? Give
me more knowledge. Give me more information. Give me more entertainment. It's always hands out from people.
Yeah,
always, man. Dude, my dad has more orb photos and videos than anyone in the world, and people have their hand out.
For more. Yeah, you're right.
That's just human nature.
That's a good point.
That's just human nature. They're not willing to accept that maybe they should put their hand in their pocket and like think for themselves for a second. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they're totally lying, bro. Like, come on. I said this on Twitter the other day. I felt like I let a major thing off my chest because I literally have.
You went off on Twitter the other day. I think I texted you and I was like, "You are going off right now, homie."
Dude, I was
living for it.
Talk about like clearing.
Dude, I
mean, clearing traumas, dude. I literally grew up with the CIA since I was 13 and 14. So like, I'm super careful about what I say in the public. But
I know, and that's why I was like, it was like kind of relieving for me too. Yeah. Like just seeing you like get all that shit off your chest and just say it, you know, just like go. It was really cool. And I literally text you and I was like, go off.
Go off, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, but I was just saying, like, at this point, dude, I'm so sick of like the worship of the powers that be. It's like, come on, dude. What happened 3 years ago? Everybody was talking about how Epstein did or didn't kill himself, and now we're just back to like our handout that the powers that be are going to give us the truth about freaking extra dimensional life.
Yeah.
They're not even telling the truth about the people down here who's like giving us our handouts and shit. You know what I'm saying?
McAfee didn't kill himself either.
I don't know.
Bruh, I saw. Did you see that?
I did. He had a tattoo and everything, man.
Yeah, it's almost too obvious. Was Epstein 3 years ago already?
2019, I think. I think it was 19. Because I was in LA, dude.
It was.
I was in LA.
How did that get buried?
I say that's why I remember.
Hey, Alex's conspiracy corner.
Do we want to go into that? I mean, you want to go into Epstein?
I mean, I'm ill prepared, but yeah.
I was getting to a point. I feel like the viewer really wants to hear what I was about to say.
Keep going.
Why I think this happens to my family.
ADHD.
Oh, dude. To the max.
I need to be medicated for it, honestly.
You know what, though? Maybe it's your superpower.
You're right, Kanye. You're right. Well, go ahead. What were you saying?
I think that, I mean, if you heard episode 9, I went into the regression with Dad, and we may be doing another regression episode very soon. Actually, way sooner than you think.
In like an hour.
We're going to do regression part 2. Anyway, it indicates in there through my dad's channeling, whatever the hell you want to call it, you know, accessing his unconscious mind,
right? Yeah,
whatever, that he had made an agreement before he was even born to like do this. And I do think there are people all over the world who
wait to do what?
To have this experience and tell it.
So you're saying that like
it was his destiny
before his physical manifestation in this realm, his soul was already placed on a journey
to do this,
of divulging this knowledge to the public.
Bro, think about it. Why was Tim Taylor, Jim Simivan, Tom DeLonge, William Tompkins, Hal Puthoff? That's the guy who was reading my Twitter. All these other high-level intelligence people, the Trumps. Oh, the guy that my dad met in Charlotte last week, the first time he met my dad, he came out to Fayetteville. Bro, I'm not going to go into details, okay? We're going to keep it simple here.
You've got our attention.
The next day, he was face-to-face with Donald Trump Jr. telling him all about my dad.
You know this for sure?
Yes. I'm not going to say... Dude, I'm going to tell you who the guy is after.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Dude. And we already know Barack Obama was briefed on us by Timothy Taylor.
So whoever this person is a person of influence.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. We're talking pretty heavy.
Oh, are you looking at the chat?
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, it's okay if you don't. If you want to, I've had some cool questions. I'm kind of trying to engage with some of these people on here.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, keep going. Let me know when.
Long story short, I believe I'm now, dude, just today I got in touch with a stand-up comedian who had very similar experiences. We messaged. Actually, last night when we were streaming Minecraft, remember I was told to look her up? I DM'd
her. Right.
Oh, dude, I DM'd her.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and her experience is just like my dad's. And like, dude, she got the same message. They were beings of light. There was orbs. And
when did she have her experience? What was her name?
She said it was like 20 years ago. Jessa Reed.
Jessa Reed.
Dude, same message. Everything is God. I don't want to go into it because I'd have to like recall it. But dude, I literally was messaging her like, you need to come on my show.
Oh,
like,
can we do that?
Oh yeah, she said yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That will.
You want to know the crazy synchronicity?
Epic. Yeah.
I didn't know this because literally, Chaos Orchestra last night had told us to look her up. Remember?
Yeah. That's one of the
exactly
followers,
one of the guys who was hanging out with us live while we stream Minecraft.
Yeah.
And he told me to look her up. I looked her up today, and I watched videos on her, and it was just the synchronicities, dude. I wasn't aware of who she was because he told me to look her up last night. And when I got to chatting with her, I found out I've actually heard her tinfoil hat episode 3 years ago, bro. And that specific episode stuck out in my mind because of the title, but I don't remember guests' names. Right. I remember subjects, you know?
Oh, I'm the same way. Yeah. There's just so many. I watch so much, like so many podcasts, and yeah, you just forget. But like,
yeah, you forget the names of people. Like,
I want to talk to that. I want to talk to
honestly,
that person.
man, she did a monologue on one of her podcasts about like her experience. It was mind blowing, even for me, dude. It was mind blowing. It was mind blowing. I really want to have her as a guest, dude.
That will be
I hope
so
she doesn't change her
cool.
mind. Anyway, yeah, dude, it was.
That'll
crazy.
be sick.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to our
Sure.
live viewers?
Sure, man. There was another thing I was gonna say, but I can't think.
And by the way, when this episode comes out, we're talking to people as we're live streaming right now, just in case you get confused.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is I believe here's a little thing I'm gonna put out there. I've lived with this my whole life since I was 13 years old. I knew that I had to grow up someday and somehow tell this to people. And when I was 18, 5 years after the experience, Dad encountered this entity, this female entity, and she told him through a download, basically. That's weird, but whatever. She told him that someday I would grow up and do this.
What?
And bro, just think about this. For anyone who's
specifically you,
yes, he's been telling me since I was 18, dude, 10 years. That's why I knew I had to do something. I just didn't know what.
Yeah.
And if anyone thinks that's weird, 50K next week. 50K downloads in 4 months.
I mean, good point.
That's
good
insane,
point.
Dude. That's insane. If that's not a sign, then I don't know. Maybe whatever.
No, it really is.
I mean, I grew up with like NASA and shit, so maybe I think a little out of the box, but
I don't think any of us expected to have this kind of growth in this amount of time.
No, dude.
It's really inspiring. It's just like a huge cycle of inspiration. Oh, Alex expected it.
Oh, dude, Alex called it. Alex made a prediction that by December we'll be at 70K. Do the math, dude. We're going to get there. I hope so.
We may very well.
Alex he's been predicting stuff to me in private. He hasn't been wrong yet, man. It's crazy.
That's so wild.
Okay, so to wrap that up, I really do believe I'm going to put this out there. I've known my whole life I had to say this, and now I finally feel like I've cleared enough trauma through doing this podcast, having amazing interactions with people, and getting encouragement and love, and you guys being here with me and like pushing me through it, and we have an amazing team, and what we do is truly special. So I'm going to say this. That Age of Aquarius shit is real. And they can't do anything to stop it. And these beings, they're legit, dude. And they can't be stopped, dude. The government is powerless. They're like ants, dude. They're like freaking amoebas in a petri dish. They are powerless, bro. I'm serious. They're powerless. They're scared as shit. And that's why they came to my dad and they made him write his prophecies down to take him to Barack Obama, dude. They're scared as hell. They're dying to know. What are they telling you, Chris Bledsoe? What are they telling you? Why do you think they come?
He's like
they're terrified, bro.
Yeah, he's like the encyclopedia. He has the information.
He's the person right now who the government knows, like,
he's like the medium.
He's the medium. Yeah, for these beings, but he's not the only one. He's not the only one.
No, of course not. No. There's.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is like there are other people out there like Jessa Reed and
Dorothy Izat.
Rest in peace. God bless her soul.
Yeah,
there are other people, and I'm trying to find them, dude. I'm trying to like. I think the more of us there are who've experienced the real beings.
I would love to do that regularly on Bledsoe Said So. Is have like experiencers similar, and like who knows, maybe one day we'll have guests that are not so similar, and we'll just have open discussions, whatever. But like, I would really love to just start getting people in here and getting more opinions and
definitely
more
like turn of the year.
Yeah. It's in the plans. It is in the plans.
Yeah, I mean, we have Thanksgiving and Christmas right around the corner. We have things going on. We still got to record. Like, definitely turn of the year. We're gonna start banging with some guests. But anyway, I've said my stuff. I just honestly, genuinely believe there's a good future coming. I do think, I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, all 7 of my chakras are spinning with this belief. We are in the age of Aquarius. I think good times are coming. It's always darkest before the dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. If you're ever thinking, oh, the Great Reset's coming. Oh, the Illuminati. They put out COVID to like put chips in us and shit. Just chill. Like,
yeah.
It's going to be good times ahead.
It's also
good times ahead.
It's also pretty wild that like back in the 60s and 70s, they were making music about the age of Aquarius and how it would be like the dawning of a new age and a new understanding and knowledge.
Yeah.
There's so
Mystic
much.
Crystal Revelations. That's in the song.
That's one of the ones. Yeah.
Mystic Crystal Revelations.
Is that your crystal joke
love
for the
it.
episode?
It
Is
is,
that your
man.
crystal
It
joke for the
is. It
episode? All right, check.
It is.
You want to hit us with some?
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
All right. So I'm going to kind of fill you guys in a little bit. I'm trying my best here. I'm kind of jumping back and forth.
Yeah, no worries.
So I'm losing some questions, but first of all, Chaos Orchestra says that she is so glad to have facilitated that connection. So yeah, she's here.
He or she
are we
or
sure?
they or
Let's get that right.
whoever
sorry.
you are. He, she, they, whoever you are. We're happy
Whoever.
you're here. That's awesome.
Okay.
They
the
rock
first-
with us.
That dude, homie.
Dang.
All right, so the first question comes from somebody. I lost the name because I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between some apps here. But basically, the question was, do you believe that the orbs are individual entities, or do you think that they carpool?
Damn. Yo, that's a good question. I've never thought of that, man. I just see them and accept them. You know what I mean? I've never thought about that.
It really is something pretty wild to think about. Because look, let's take the
You know what NASA told my dad?
What?
They're like vehicles for spirits.
Well, that's what I mean. Take the Cape Fear River incident where, you know, we read the regression.
Wait, who was that?
Your dad.
I know.
You're so dumb. He was abducted, and in his regression, he mentioned seeing multiple. You know, there were multiple around him, and he was in some sort of orb or craft, or you know.
But they grow and they shrink.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah. Why not? Like they totally.
My dad has a picture.
They totally carpool.
I actually, I think I just listen. If you're following me here on my personal Instagram, I just put this out the other day. My dad captured an orb that I swear to God, dude, it has 2 faces in it.
No.
Yeah. I'll show you right now, bro.
Yeah, you should definitely show me right now. And also,
my opinion, best orb photo in the planet.
You need to post that and you know, reference the episode, reference the live stream. What's up, Alec? Oh, I thought you had another one.
Another question? Look. 2 faces.
Well, I'm trying to figure out where we need to put that photo.
Instantly, you can distinctly see.
The only editing, dude, is he zoomed in and cropped it.
You weren't lying.
I think that's the best orb photo in the world.
Yeah, that may very well be the most convincing. There is quite obviously 2 faces. Like, it literally looks like you just took a photo of someone's face.
Yeah.
I wish we could like show the viewers this.
We'll put it up.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll post this.
Yeah, we'll put it
This is wild. You can very plainly see 2
Dude, maybe
faces.
this will be maybe I'll just put the title of the episode on here and that'll be the promotional, bro.
That'd be sick.
I like that.
I like it too.
All right, next question.
All right, I really like this question. I don't know what y'all
You
are
came
gonna
up
feel
with it,
about
didn't
it.
you,
No,
Alex?
I'm not in here. I'm not in here writing
It's
questions.
producer Alex.
Sorry. Producer Alex.
Are there any good guys in the government that are trying to help, or are all of them bad?
Yeah, no. Okay.
There's gotta be.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Yeah.
what I do here is I'm trying to like help people understand that you shouldn't trust organizations, but that doesn't mean every person who gets a job there and thinks they're doing the right thing is evil, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't think a corporation could be, and obviously that's a lot more complicated than a corporation. It kind of is a corporation, but
it is.
You know, it can't just inherently be 100% evil, in my opinion. I believe too strongly in the spirit of good to believe that an entire organization can be full of nothing but horrible people. You know, so yeah, and you've met some really great people within some of these organizations.
I have. I do. To answer the question, I do believe that there are good people who genuinely believe that they're doing the right thing, and you know, like I mean, you know, it would be very ridiculous of me to say they're all bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, the top of the top and everything is almost always bad.
Well,
That's
so
just a fact of life.
so part of me
That's
wants
history.
to think
Cycles
that
of destruction and war.
right. Well, it's like a guilty by association type of thing.
Yeah.
Like you're bad because you're associated, but at the same time, you got to also think that everything is so compartmentalized that you're working on like half of a piece of the puzzle that's 1,000 pieces large, so you're not quite sure what you're working on and how it fits in. So is it guilty by association, or do they actually know what they're doing to get good people to do bad things?
That's a good point.
That's a really good point.
That's a good point, because I am now very obviously speaking out about a lot of the like abuse and injustice that's happened in my family since 2008, because Dad made the report later that year, and the documentary happened in 2008. But I'm obviously speaking out against it, and people are like, yeah, but you have photos of CIA. And I'm like, well, yeah, because we were persons of interest, and they knocked on our door, and we're in the South, bro, and you're polite and you let people in.
Yeah.
And you don't know about the Illuminati until after you already met them. Like, what would you do if someone came to your door and they had a NASA badge, and you're just a simple country dude who wants people to believe you back in 2009?
And also,
what would anyone do?
Of course. And also at that point, you had no reason to believe that they had ill intentions.
They're always nice when they knock.
Yeah, I mean, they probably have to be. But what I'm saying is, like, you wouldn't have the thought wouldn't have even crossed your mind, probably, like, oh, what if these people are like trying to hurt us or do something,
because that's on TV.
Exactly, like spin this in some negative way. I'm sure everybody was just thinking like, oh my gosh, like this is gonna get covered. Like,
it's cool.
Yeah, these people want to talk to us about our experience.
Someone's taking us seriously. They're
And after just spending 9 months plus in like a really deep, dark state of mind and being afraid and like, I'm sure. I mean, we talked about it. You people in your family thought they might be going crazy and all this stuff. Like it really got dark. It got super dark.
Yeah.
So that could have been.
It was dark enough to make me grow up and want to go guns blazing. You see my meme yesterday about that?
Yeah. That was the
Frank.
It's Always Sunny. Yeah. That was funny. But my point is that like. It would have been so easy for you guys to see those people and see that as like a beacon of light. Like, finally, somebody's here to make sense out of all of this and help us and show people we're not crazy and we're not making this stuff up. Like, these people are finally here to help us.
Naturally, they almost all exploited us.
Right. Yeah. Which that is the major unfortunate lesson
almost
that had
all.
To be learned.
Almost all. That gives me a way out.
Right. And also it's a good way to show like, hey, not every single one of them is necessarily bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to ask you one I like, but I'm starting to get some fringe things in here. I want to know where y'all are at.
And
I think if it's too fringe for you, I'll answer it. Put it that way.
Too fringe for me.
All right.
Nothing is too fringe.
So the next one is not very fringe.
What's that Bane line, dude? Like what? I was born in the fringe. Bro.
Yeah.
All right. So this one, I like this question a lot. I think you're going to like it too. Can anybody see the beams of light in the sky?
The beams?
Well, I'm sorry, the beings. I'm sorry, the beings. Can anybody see the beings of light in the sky?
Oh, can like just anybody?
Right.
I believe so. Your heart has to be right. You have to be open to it. Don't look. First of all, if you approach something that may or may not be true, this is just true in philosophy in general. The proper approach would not be to like, that's not real, debunked. The proper approach, even in science, is like, let me prove this is true. Mm-hmm. But we're so trained in the Rockefeller school system to just like regurgitate information and like trust scientific authority and all that shit. Everyone's just so skeptical over nothing. If people just had an open mind to it, I think they'd be seeing it in hordes, in mass.
I find that a lot of people, and maybe even the majority of people, the first place that their brain goes to is like, how do I debunk this?
Yep.
Like, how do I make sure that I know this is not real?
It's wrong.
Yeah, it's like, in reality, shouldn't you, I don't know, man, if you see something that you truly can't explain, wouldn't like the first avenue of possibility be like,
how do I explain this?
Exactly. Like, maybe that's just literally something I can't explain.
Yeah.
But so
many people are
too
too scared to like let go of how they understand the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it requires a little bit of faith to most people. I feel like when they see something, they feel like they have to understand it at their own level of sufficiency or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then when you see this, it defies everything you've ever learned, everything you've ever been told, everything you've ever been taught, shown, whatever, and it scares the shit out of people, dude, because they can't just let go.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it ultimately comes down to like
it's ego shattering.
Yeah,
seeing these lights.
Yeah, because a lot of people are just attached to this physical realm, and they do not want anything to exist that's outside of this physical realm, because then that would change everything for them. You know what I mean? I mean, Gnosticism talks about like the 3 different types of souls. There's like the pneumatics, the psychics, and then the helics. And the helics are just like completely 100% physical. They rebuke anything.
Let me guess, is that most of the souls?
No, not at all. I don't know that Gnosticism. I mean, dude, it's been around for thousands of years. There's hundreds of Gnostic texts, so who knows? I'm not an expert by any means.
Yeah.
But I just know that it talks about the 3 different soul types, and that the helics, or also in some texts it's called the heletics. They're just like absolute. They're obsessed with the physical realm. So if they see something that's like, I've never seen that before and I have no idea what it is,
freaks them out.
Their first instinct, because they're so attached and obsessed to the physical realm, is going to be to defend the physical realm that they believe in.
Right.
No. There's got to be an explanation.
Yeah.
So that was a long way of saying I think you're right.
No, for sure. I appreciate it. It defies rationality, but you have to understand, like, here's where I like to get really fringe and really mystical. You looked at Egypt when in 2012, when my dad experienced this female entity, she told my dad her name is Hathor.
Right.
Like the Egyptian goddess, she literally she appeared like an image of a cow, and it's not like a literal cow walking on the grass. It was spirit like. It was translucent,
like ethereal.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. It was ethereal, and then she turned into a woman, and she said, "The true hidden one is Amun-Ra." Like whatever the hell that means. I've spent almost a lifetime. I've spent literally 10 years looking into that, and I think I've pretty well figured it out. But she said the hidden one is Amun-Ra. Damn, where was I going with that?
ADHD, bro.
It is, man.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about how some people are attached to the physical world, and they will do anything that they can to rationalize seeing something of the phenomenon, and there's like absolutely no way that they'll detach themselves from that reality. I don't know.
I think I lost it.
Okay.
Oh well.
We could do another question.
Sure.
All right, you ready to go fringe?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. This person asks your thoughts on time-traveling Nazis, a.k.a. Atlantis.
Hold up. Hold up. Pause. Hard stop. How are those things related?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, how are those related?
They're not. Oh, Atlantis and the Nazis?
Yeah.
How are they related?
I've got no
I've
clue.
never heard like a theory that relates them.
No, I don't know.
So this person...
I believe in both.
But I want to kind of go off here.
Okay.
Do it.
Oh, go off.
So,
go off, sis.
I mean, obviously the Nazis were working on something.
Yeah.
Operation Paperclip didn't just happen. I am a firm believer of kind of the inner Earth side of the Nazi research.
Mm-hmm.
However, in this particular
Watch
question,
God Delivers King Kong.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
Oh my God.
Damn
it. I would say, just in this specific question, if the Nazis had access to time travel, don't you think they would have won?
Well,
Big
they
facts.
may have.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're getting real fringe now.
That's
y'all.
a real theory, dude.
Oh yeah.
I didn't make that up. I actually heard it from Sam Tripoli.
Well, I mean, we literally have confirmation that there are Nazi scientists working.
Oh yeah, we did an episode on this
at NASA.
Episode 13.
Yeah, I mean
NASA Nazi. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I mean,
well, hang on a second. So Alex, if you believe in the whole, and I don't really know anything about, I don't even know much about inner Earth. Like, I don't know. And I didn't know that there was a correlation between that and the Nazi thing.
my dad met one of those guys.
What, an inner Earth
Yeah,
person?
like one of the real people in that story.
What I was
Bill
thinking,
Tompkins.
What I was thinking is if that's like a theory, like the whole inner Earth thing. So maybe that person is implying that like Atlantis was in the Earth or was the inner Earth or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, that might be it. I'm not real.
That person's like, I wish they understood this question.
I know.
Yeah,
that
they
went right
actually
over
told
our
me.
heads.
They told me how it connects.
Oh,
Yeah, they said something about he said Project Kronos, Peter Levenda.
Oh,
Okay, you know what we're talking about.
yeah,
now?
that guy wrote Tom DeLonge's book.
Yeah.
oh my
That's what he said.
God. Who?
Tom DeLonge, you know that guy
who's
that
that?
the guy that wanted to make a movie about my
I think
pa.
he was in a band or something.
It's like
Yeah. Listen. Respectfully, I take anything that comes from people in these institutions with a serious grain of salt.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have reason to.
Yeah.
Like you've been lied to many times by many of these people,
Exploited,
organizations.
I'm not saying these particular individuals.
Right, of course.
You know, I always got to have a way out. You know what I mean? A place of escape.
Look, we have to at least attempt to answer part of that. So just tell me what do you think?
I'm hands down 100% in on Atlantis. It was real. Bro, funny fact, Tom DeLonge was trying to tell my dad the beings he experienced were just Atlanteans using time travel.
So this is a thing.
This is a thing.
This is like
that guy wrote Tom's book. Tom don't write his books. He's not an author.
Right.
No offense. I'm sure they're watching. No offense, but you know, they literally tried to tell my dad like you're experiencing Atlanteans, and he's like, really? Because they told me they're like from another dimension and they created all life in the multiverse. So I don't know. Who do I believe? The shiny people or?
So then the shiny people. So then there's this theory. This is new to me.
Yeah.
There's this theory. Okay, so Atlantis. Like
totally real,
like the myth, or you know the story we've heard a million times. So there's a theory that those people became so technologically advanced that they learned how to time travel.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case.
Well, what I'm asking is there are people who believe that, and believe that that's what is contacting.
Bro,
us?
I'm about to.
That's pretty.
Listen. Do you know why I got emailed by Hal Putoff?
Why?
Because Jim Simivan. You're familiar with him, correct?
Yeah.
Like vice president to the stars. He was, just for the listener's sake, he was, God, I hope they're not watching. He was like literally ran the spy program for the United States of America. He sent me an essay written by Hal Putoff. And it literally says in there that they, first of all, don't know what the phenomenon is, yet they out there talking like it.
Right, yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, you're saying they don't truly know what it is, but they're pretending they do.
They have like 5 theories, and those theories are: is it really ETs from another planet? Is it an occult phenomenon, meaning like spiritual, like what I'm saying? Is it time travelers from the future? Is it I think the other theory was interdimensional, and then the other one was like breakaway civilization. You know,
some kind of something
like some Atlantis type shit.
Yeah,
it was like Atlantis. The word Atlantis, I'm pretty sure, was mentioned in this essay. They don't know. They really don't know. Why do you think they wanted to meet my dad so bad?
Because they're trying.
They want to know.
It is strange to me. It's like, hey, listen, we're all trying to figure this out. We're all trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't we be working together? Shouldn't there not be beef? Shouldn't there not be like these people trying to disprove each other? And yeah, sure, you know, you could say that we spend a lot of time trying to disprove them, but
well, no, it ain't that, man. It's
I'm just saying, like, it just seems weird to me because there's this adamant kind of nature towards debunking what we are saying
because it's real.
It seems that's kind of what I'm getting at. It's like out of all these theories and of all these different avenues and whatever possibilities that it could be, like, how come just the people who are saying it's beings of light, it seems like those are the only ones that are kind of being repressed.
Yeah.
Or at least people are
then
trying
you go on Gaia TV and you know, you see people like Corey Good and David Wilcock, and they have massive platforms of millions and millions, dude. And they see like blue chicken people from another planet and stuff like that. And they have like documentaries and shows and millions of followers and fame. And they have their critics too. I'm not going to like sit here and say they don't.
Yeah,
and then my dad literally really sees the shit. He's seen it with so many members of the Department of Defense, including John B. Alexander. Saw it with him. It's literally in chapter 2 of his book. And no mainstream press, no coverage. Dude, if they really were interested in the truth, every CNN, Fox, MSNBC, whatever, all those companies would be on our doorstep if they cared about the truth.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the only stuff that gets covered is
what they want to cover.
And also, it's like the only stuff that gets covered seems to be the stuff that can be easily disproven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's always, and they always spin it in such a way that makes the people look stupid, makes whoever the experiencers are look stupid. You know what I mean?
Let me throw this out there. This will be particularly interesting to the listener. So I went on Fade to Black with Jimmy Church. It's a pretty well-known radio program. He's a nice guy.
By the way, to all our live viewers, thank you again for sticking with us and hanging out.
We have 20. Oh, one just fell off. 27.
Dude, that's more than I thought. I said 20.
Yeah.
That's sick. All right.
We
Thanks,
are very
guys.
happy that each and every one of you are here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's so nice.
Yeah. So I went on Fade to Black with Jimmy Church. He was a nice guy, I think.
Right.
And right before I went on his program, I was harassed, like threatened, actually, with legal action and everything from one of the low-level grunt wannabe members of the Weird Desk. Right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Disinformation group on behalf of the Pentagon. They literally threatened me. They didn't realize they sent my dad the same message on Facebook with their main profile and their name and everything.
Oh, come on.
I got him, bro.
Are you
I got him.
serious?
I got him. I know the dude's name. I even messaged him back. I was like, bro, so-and-so knows my phone number. Said his name. It's like, if you wanted me to like take this photo down and cooperate, you could have just called me instead of threatening me with legal action. It's because my dad posted a photo and we had to take it down, which we didn't. We were totally, okay, so let me move forward. So the next day I called Jim Simivan because they harassed me. They messed with me. They hacked my TV, made it make some weird sounds at like 4 a.m. It came on in the dead of night. It was a late interview program. I was up till 2 or 3 and my TV started making all kinds of weird shit. I called Jim Simivan the next day. We talked for like an hour, dude. Keep in mind, he's a spy. Actually, matter of fact, he's the spy.
Jim Simivan?
Dude, he ran the spy program.
Right. I'm just clarifying for the
yes,
for the
and for reference here, just so you understand, like rankings, and especially us, we know this because we were born near Fort Bragg, literally the biggest military base in the world, and it's the home of Special Forces. Mm-hmm. You understand, like your father-in-law, dude, he's a contractor.
Was
yeah. Right. A contractor, for anyone who's not familiar with like military terms, when you get out. Like, let's say you were a captain in the Army or whatever. When you get out, you can go into the, like, secret, like, Fayetteville, North Carolina shit. Yeah. Like, Delta Force and whatnot, or CIA. You have ranks above ranks. It's called GS.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what GS stands for. So I think there's 21 total GS ranks, 21 being the highest. Mm-hmm. Jim Simivan was a 19.
That's pretty high.
Bro, when you look at the manual and, like, compare the CIA contractor ranks to the United States Army ranks, I kid you not, I looked this up. He is the equivalent of a 2-star general in the United States Army. And that's the guy who was on our property, and I was on the phone with him for an hour.
That's pretty high up.
And he's the one who sent me that DARPA paper. And then,
and
I feel bad, man, because like he let me give myself a way out here. He did ask us not to share it, and I never did until Tom DeLonge went out and started talking about it. Right, Tom DeLonge was talking publicly about this paper, and I was like,
just for clarification, they're both in that To the Stars Academy thing.
Yeah,
right?
President and Vice President
created it. Yeah.
Jim Simivan, Hal Puthoff, Tom DeLonge, used to be Lou Elizondo, Steve Justice, and Chris Mellon, but they left. And dude, so Tom DeLonge started talking about this document, and I thought we were all homies. They tried to get my dad in TTSA,
right?
So I posted a picture of the title and said, "Sick document." I just, I have it too. They literally emailed me and they like asked me to take the photo down of the title. Why can Tom talk about it, but I can't? That's when my spidey sense went off.
Right.
Like, what the hell is going on?
It's like they're stifling you
Tom
from
special?
talking about the same thing that they are talking about.
Yeah. What makes Tom so special? Matter of fact, I don't want to get too aggressive here. Let me cool myself down.
He's going hard.
We are live too.
He's going hard.
Tom never saw anything until he hung out with my dad.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, dude.
I always thought he had been an experiencer prior to that.
No, man.
Whoa.
Dude, do you remember Lori, who you met at my sister's wedding?
Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
Okay, for the listener, she's like the producer of Coast to Coast, one of them with George Norrie. Dad and Tom DeLonge were on her roof in, I don't know, Encinitas or wherever they live in California. And they saw shit all night, dude. Blew Tom's mind. He wanted to make a movie about Dad, but it had to be dark. And Dad said, no, I'm not dark. I'm light.
It's always got to be dark and scary for some reason. It's like everybody.
It's fear. The institutions are all about fear. That eyeball at the top of the pyramid, bro, that's looking down. Like, are y'all all in fear? Are y'all in line?
That's a good point.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's all fear. Fear is their God. That's actually Alex's first tattoo.
Alex?
Yeah.
This Alex?
Yeah, he has a tattoo. Fear is your God.
Fear is your God?
Fear is your only God. It's Rage Against the Machine lyrics.
Oh, that's sick. I didn't know you like Rage.
But the truth is, if you know the truth about ancient Egyptian and Atlantean, because that's where Hermeticism comes from. It comes from Atlantis.
Really?
Yeah. If you know the truth, you understand that reality itself, whatever the hell we manifested in, is a dual paradox. So just as there's fear, there's love, bro. And fear, but that love is the absence of love is fear. Think about it, man.
Yeah.
When you mad at somebody, you scared of them.
I mean,
think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, no, truly. It's just the same with like light and dark. Dark is the absence of light. Fear is the absence of love.
Why would I get mad at something? And I do. I'm not perfect, but this is just philosophy. Why would I get mad at something somebody said to me unless I was afraid of my ego? Or like what them saying damaging my ego. It's all fear. All negative emotions, in my opinion, if you look at the psychology, the philosophy, it boils down to fear. Fear is the devil, quite literally. Like fear itself.
Fear is the mind killer.
Fear is the mind killer.
Dune. That's a Dune quote.
Fear is evil. And that's what the lady told my dad, the entity. She said there's only love and there's fear. Dude, and then you watch Donnie Darko and the guy saying love and fear, they made him a freaking pedophile, bro. They stained that truth.
Yeah, I just watched. I think we talked about that. I just recently watched that movie.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. It's incredible.
So what I'm getting to for Atlantis. So after being harassed, I'm bringing it back, man. See, I'm always on time. It's just my time.
Oh yeah. We're on ADHD time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop the ball, go get a drink. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, put on some socks because I'm chilly, and then I'm gonna pick that ball back up and I'm gonna take my shot. It might take me 20 minutes to get a story out, but...
Remember when side tangent, remember when we used to swim in my parents' pool and there was a basketball goal and you would take the ball and for like 5 minutes straight, you would call the shot?
Yes,
quote unquote,
dude.
call the shot.
Yes,
You'd be
when I was,
like, he gets the ball, he dribbles it between his legs, he's a champion. Everybody's waiting with bated breath to watch this shot. And literally, he would go for 5 minutes straight and wouldn't shoot the ball. And every time he would shoot it, he would miss, which made it
Do you know what I'm
coming
to terms with, man?
What?
I'm a Leo.
Really? Really now? You're a Leo.
Yeah, he just figured that out after 28 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
you guys got to see it live.
I didn't care about astrology until recently, though. Until I watched like 2001 and some other things. I didn't care about all that Leo crap. I thought it was garbage. But dude, then I met that gifted astrologer. Oh, and you got the reading. You got the reading. I'm the only one who didn't get a reading. Anyway,
you'll get one. Well, yeah. We'll
anyway,
make it work.
I'm pretty much coming to terms with. There's nobody on this planet that can be more dramatic than me, bro.
Nah, I don't know, but you know who else is a Leo?
His girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah, Olivia.
My dad.
Our birthdays are a day apart.
A day apart, yeah.
Dude, you know what's funny about that? You're so interested in my dad. When I'm by myself, man, I find myself laughing at the shit your dad said to me 15 years ago.
He's an absolute
He's one of the
legend.
funniest guys I've ever met.
He's a legend. Like,
he's
truly...
He's funny as hell.
He's truly a legend, yeah. And the other day, I think it might have...
And your brother, dude. They have the same birthday.
Same birthday, yeah. It might have been when we were on the way back from recording one weekend. I had an epiphany. I was like, Ryan and my dad are almost exactly alike.
We're born a day apart, obviously many years.
Dude, you two are so similar.
I want to hang with him so bad, dude. It's been years because I moved away. I moved to Wilmington. I haven't seen his dad in like 5 years. It's just a long story. I used to be at his house every other day back in the summer.
We should make it a point to all chill during the holidays.
Oh my God, dude! Please.
Yeah, we have to do that because I'm telling you,
I miss your mom, man.
Yeah, it really shocked me when I had that epiphany because you and my dad are identical.
Yeah.
What's up, Alex?
I don't have anything to say.
He always has his finger on that button.
Yeah, I just got a kill switch because apparently I'm making too much noise in the last episodes that caused Nick and I too much work. So I've got a little kill switch now. So when I'm not talking, I have to turn it off. So I'm just always primed and ready.
Yeah.
I have to finish the Atlantis thing.
Okay, yes.
So let me pick the ball back up.
Take the shot.
Get in position. I'm going to take the shot, okay? It's about to be a 3.
He lines it up.
This is why we have to do a podcast because Ryan, it would take him probably 37,000 years to write a book.
I got to brush my mane real quick, bro.
Oh my God.
Hey, I went to Methodist. The archetype is a lion.
Shut up, dude.
Hey, isn't your hair isn't mane hair
it's wavy.
crystalline?
Oh my God, I'm
Is
surrounded.
it? Are you messing with me?
I've got no clue, but I'm gonna figure that out.
Dude, you don't reference the crystal unless it's legit, man.
DNA is
just
crystalline.
sacred.
Well, let
It
me
is.
see. Well,
You know
isn't
what else
hair
is crystalline?
DNA?
Frozen water, bro. Hey, I bought the
Wait,
book
hey,
by
hey.
Dr. Masaru Emoto. I bought the book. I'm gonna read it,
If hair is DNA, then DNA is crystalline.
Then hair is crystalline.
bro. Everything is crystalline. Literally, everything that manifests.
That's the name of the episode.
Everything.
That's the name of this episode.
Everything is crystalline. I like that.
I like it too.
Let's run with that. Okay, let me take the shot, man. I'm about to. We're at the buzzer here, dude. Like quite literally, Alex is like flashing his fingers at me, like I'm supposed to know what that means while I'm in the middle of a dramatic story. I'm just kidding, bro. Okay, so I got harassed by the weird desk guy. Looked that up, and suggestion, look that up along with the term WikiLeaks. You're welcome. Anyway. So
look up what?
Weird Desk.
Oh, Weird Desk
WikiLeaks.
Okay.
Look that shit up, bro.
Okay.
Anyway, that's one of the people who's been harassing us. So, I got harassed by these people the night before, and the dude like messaged my dad on Facebook. Like my dad is just right. This is obviously not true, but they think my dad is just this bumbling dumb idiot who's just gonna do everything they say. They think this. The dude sent my dad a message on Facebook with his real name. We know who he is. We know he's part of these Weird Desk dudes. And then he messaged me under some anonymous dumb name on Twitter, copied and pasted.
The exact same message.
So dumb. Yeah, exact same message.
Come on now.
And then me and dad are texting because obviously we're like best friends. You know, we text every day.
He's also your father.
He's also my father. So the next day I called Jim Semivan and I said, yo, this guy like really irritated me. Actually, that's a funny story. I messaged him on Signal, which is an encrypted app. Then I texted him because he didn't respond to me all day. And he called me. He said, do you mind if I call you real quick? And he called me. We talked for an hour. And he said, hey, I'm actually really glad you texted me because I haven't checked. I got a new phone. I haven't checked the Signal app in like 6 months. And I had messages from the Pentagon I haven't checked.
Oh, my God. Just casual.
Yeah, and we talked on the phone for an hour. I told him the situation. I told him about my TV turning on and making weird noises. And he said, do you have a smart TV? I said, yes, I do. He said, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Maybe it was the phenomenon. Don't lose sleep over it. And we started talking. I started telling him about like Gnosticism and how I got really deep into the occult and stuff. Because many years ago, we got into that at surface level, but we were at a party and, you know, we can only go so deep. And we talked for like, 45 minutes to an hour straight about like Atlantis and all kinds of shit. And he pretty much told me, this is what he said to me on the phone, dude. He said, I've pretty much come to the conclusion that your dad is the guy. Like TTSA is still very interested in doing something with him. We just don't know what. I said, just bring a camera, man. And he said, he said, yeah, but we just don't know that the phenomenon will always, like participate. I said, you just got to have the right intention. He said, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll run it by Tom. Who knows if he really did. But he told me that he and Tom still like routinely check on the photos and they talk about him. Dude, the next week Tom shared the photo off my Twitter. That's kind of like where I'm going.
That was around that same time.
Yeah, Jim told me on the phone. He was like, dude, I'll introduce you to Tom. Never did. Yeah. And he told me, he said, honestly, I believe that many like eons ago there was a precursor race of godlike beings and that we devolved to have like a more physical form.
So, like, started as like non-human, like gods. Literally.
He said gods, but he didn't say aliens. He said gods,
like godlike.
And
entities.
he said, honestly, I've learned a lot from your dad. Everything he says is true. He said, I do disagree a little bit. He said, your dad, has had all these positive experiences. He said, but I do believe, as a whole, in terms of reality, maybe like 20% of all experiences are actually negative. 20%, bro. 20%.
Yeah.
Right. 80-20 rule. That's actually common in nature too. I can't remember the principle, but that's a real mathematical formula. And he said, yeah, basically like that's what he thinks. You know who else said that?
Who?
Edgar Cayce.
Oh, that was one of the mystics that we talked about.
I'm still on that question from like 30 minutes ago. The Atlantis thing. I just had to like.
It's all good.
I had to like warm up.
This is literally like the same thing that you used to do in my pool, where you like slowly.
You gotta dramatize it.
Yeah, you do.
You
know who else does that?
Your dad, dude.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's what I was getting at, dude. Is like that's what I think is that we are on a cycle. It's a spiral cycle of evolution and de-evolution back to evolution, and it's like we go all the way up to eventually we're gonna be energy beings. But eventually when we get there, we might go back. It's a eternal cycle of evolution and de-evolution.
Oh,
eternal.
it's like the dying and rebirthing cycle
on the macrocosmic scale.
Yeah, that's literally like one of the most common things throughout mythology is this like dying and rebirthing.
That is
whoa.
That is the truth.
That's really profound.
It isn't just, think about it, man. We have spring, summer, fall, winter. And then like the pagans, all these Aleister Crowley ass people, that what they're saying that means is it's like nature is showing you that it's on
the cycle,
life, death, and rebirth. That's the secret. That's the Father, the Mother, and the Son. Life, the Trinity, it's life, death, and rebirth.
You know what that
Isis,
reminded
Osiris,
me of?
and Horus.
You remember the scene in The Green Knight when he's like tied up and the camera pans around and everything's like beautiful and lively and green and lush, and then like it hits this one corner and everything's dead and decaying and he's dead and like everything, and then it turns back around and everything's bright and beautiful and lush again and he's alive again.
Yeah.
It's like he saw the life and death cycle and then he was like, okay, I know what I have to do now.
Yeah. That was actually a really crazy conclusion.
Really profound.
Yeah, it was.
That's wild.
But yeah, that's the secret, man. Life, death, and rebirth. Your consciousness is no different. It will never truly die. Ever.
Yeah. Everything
Energy
seems to
can't
point
be
to
destroyed.
that. Literally, that's a fundamental scientific principle.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Do we have any more questions that we probably don't have time, do we?
I think that's a beautiful spot to end this episode.
I like it too.
I really do.
Are we in there? Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Weird things happen in the backyard of the Bledsoe house.
See it hovering, but it's descending.